Good times, sunshine, gonna be here in no time now. Bad times, gray skies, push them all away, turn them upside down. You're gonna break new ground, turn everything around. You're gonna live your life. There's a beautiful day headed your way. Keep your head up, you'll be okay. Beautiful day waiting for you. Just open your eyes, you'll see it's true. A beautiful day.
Welcome back to the Booga Box live stream. We are on Small Project Wednesday. Hope everybody's having a good week so far. We're going to continue working on doing some of the paw prints. We did a larger version last Wednesday. So I came up with a smaller version. So we're going to kind of go with that tonight. And you can see in the other cameras there that I have my wall of ring blockage. I've been using on all the different colors that I had that I can make the paws out of. I pulled them out, so that's what I'm working on right now. I've got a few different ideas I want to kind of play around with. When I made up a few, I started kind of looking at them and thinking of some different things, but these are going to make nice earring sizes. Let's see here. Need to flip over, but I don't like the way the internet's looking right now. Hopefully that was just a quick glitch, but we'll move over there and I'm gonna continue working. I've got I believe 15 colors I can make right now. I'm only missing I think 3 that I don't currently have out, so well, I don't have them out because I didn't have the sizes needed. Dark rose, I was missing these 5/32 rings, and what was the other one I was missing? No, that was all on that one. Champagne, I was missing the 1/8 inch 20 gauge, and the lime green, I think was the square, the same issue, 5/32 square. Yeah, it looks like I'm glitching on my internet tonight again. You have a good night, then you have a bad night. Why is it like that? I haven't tried to check everything over and it looked good. Just never know. But I'm going to go ahead and get these going here. I've kind of been pre-opening and closing my rings. I might have to get up close to myself on a few times because it can get a little snug on some rings. I actually had a different design that I liked better. It was green. Green was the ones I pulled out first to work with, and it worked great in this other design I had. And I was like, I kind of like the look of this. Kind of had a double. Had a smaller ring in on its main foot paw area, and it looked good. And so I don't remember if it was red or orange I did next, and it wouldn't work. Everything was too tight. There's just no way. And I was like, oh, that kind of blows. I thought, well, let me try another one, and I believe it was blue, and it wouldn't work in blue. And so I continued on, and I decided to change it up a bit and got it to work this way. And putting these together, each of them are a little bit different because, the rings are not exactly the same. That's why I'd work in one and not the other. I'd probably have 2 other colors that it would have worked in. But I just decided to go with this. It's not too bad. It's got a little flop to it, but they kind of stand up on their own. There's a little bit, but there's a few here, like the blue, sky blue. I doubled up the toe connectors because it was a really loose one. That one definitely would have worked. Bronze, I probably could have doubled up, and I still might. I don't know. It was like right in the edge of where I wanted it to be. So Well, let me go ahead and compare it to what we did last week. These were the bigger paw prints, so these are definitely a lot smaller paw prints than last week's. And well, let me flip back over here to the big one here and show off the bigger necklace of paw prints. I should have make a little background I can put this up on and show it with my face in the middle. Ooh, scary. But it turned out pretty good. I kind of changed it up from the other ones a little bit. They're not too bad. They could be a little bit better. And I'm going to work on that. I'm going to make another large version. Trying a few different ring sizes. Doesn't all have to be square. I'm kind of mixing the square and the round to try to find that right one that can be good and pretty tight, but work through all the colors. Because each one, like I said, is always a little off sometimes. Alright, so we'll get back to working on this paw print. Eventually, before we close up tonight, we're going to do a rainbow. I'll need to do one more silver paw print because I'm going to do the rainbow with silvers on each end. But once I do this one, I'm going to kind of show. Now, when I go to close up these small rings, I might get up out of screen. Just because they're little and they're tight-ish right now. That's why I put on 3, and then I'll put on the 4th one, and sometimes I might have to come in on it too. Oh, well, I guess it helps if you open the ring first. That always makes it a little easier to go through. Okay, so yeah, I'll probably be coming up out of screen to do some of these. That some are easier than others to fit up through there. Like I said, that's what made it loose and tight on some. So frost isn't too bad, looks like. I don't think I'm going to need to double it. If I did, it'd probably make it almost too tight later on. So I'm going to go with it single first, then we'll see. Like I said, every one of these have been different, so even though they all are supposedly whatever, however you say that, the same size, they're not quite always the same size. Yeah, I'm still having what looks like a little bit of internet glitching here and there. So sorry about that if it gets too bad. Hopefully it doesn't happen tomorrow night. We'll see. I could try to restart, but like I said, that's about a 20-minute ordeal most nights to get all that kind of booted back up. It's a process to do a stream. I didn't necessarily think about that when I first started doing streaming, and it's definitely been a different experience. But I also thought on using these paw prints, I left those out because I was kind of putting them up on there and kind of looking at it. I was thinking I could do like a little layered effect with tags and put like a paw print on there. And once you get the main ring that'll hold it, and it could be an earring or even a pendant style type thing. And then just put a couple rings to try to get it kind of centered and hanging off of the one right there. I don't know if you can see that very well in any of the video, but I don't know, I might try that too. I do have some earrings I planned on making out of some of these, so. But I was thinking I could do something like that. I'd go like a guitar pick. Silver will work with that too. Oops. Hang it from the middle one. You know, same kind of thing. Just hang off your main ring. Make a little double chain or whatever you need to come down to it. I think would look kind of cool. Yeah, here's a heart. The hearts could possibly work too. You know, it might be a little different, but boy, everything like sliding around until you put a chain on there. it's something I'm going to kind of play with and see. I pulled these out and kind of laid them on there, but I didn't attach them or anything yet. Figured I'd play around with it and see what happens. Just some other thoughts I had with it. That's why I kept playing with it. I pulled them out about now about 3 hours ago. I worked here and there for half-hour session at one point, 45 minutes, another 20. Then those 3 hours while I was doing other stuff. Come back, make a paw print. Come back, make a paw print. I did get a few pictures done. I didn't get them all done. I figured I was hoping to, yesterday, but got some done, but I was trial and error on laser stuff again yesterday, so, well, and then the things that need to be done. Orders and whatnot. Well, like I said, then trying out new things for different things. Alright, so, and then I put in the bottom feeder here. Imagine this one should be fairly easy too. The way it was fitting up top. Like I said, some of them are a lot easier than others. There have been some that I had to give a little bit of a struggle, even though they're still a little sloppy. Getting them through all the bends here at first is always the harder part. So, and there you go. A frost paw print. Frost. Yeah, that's what I said, right? There's a frosty print. Well, let's see here. I guess I'm going to go on to gold next. Got gold and pink left to do. My fortress. And then if they get through the walls, they got Mega Minion to deal with. Alright, yeah, I'm losing my mind tonight. There's 3, 6. And we need 8 of these. 3, 6, 7, 8. Go in, drawer. Oh. My mat seems to be sliding down. Oh, finally taking the chair, are you? I opened up the chair for him while I took his chair so I could be over here. He finally noticed that it's open for him. He was bugging me earlier though. He been talking today to me. Want the love and belly rubs. He was just wallering on the floor earlier. No, I'm not talking to you. Talking about you. He was over there looking at me like, yeah, what do you want? Yeah, just not really improving wise. It looked like it's just kind of, though, a little more intermittent than other times. Yeah, I hear you. Oh. I forgot to turn up the background music. These are actually pretty quick and easy to make. And got them down to 3 ring sizes. Ooh. I'm going to start getting a weird echo. Forgot to mute. Come on. Mute. There you go. It's normally the first thing I do, but totally forgot. And again, don't forget to give her like and shares and all that. I still need to make a post about it, but we'll be doing a special Saturday or a Sunday stream. Looking at about 2 o'clock. Don't know if we'll work on any chainmail or whatnot, but that'll be our year anniversary of doing streaming. So figured we'd just do it on that day and do some giveaways. Hopefully we can get some people there and do the giveaways. So don't forget to like and share us and get us out there. I'll get a post about that hopefully tonight, maybe tomorrow. You can share out that post so people know to come and get some free stuff. These little rings are so tiny. I can't, I mean, I go down to 3/32 for the most part. I have done smaller, but when I start getting this small, like I said, these have actually been fairly easy and a little quicker when I'm not trying to keep it in camera here, because I'll pull it up to my face and look at it real close, and you'll probably see that happen here when I gotta close them with so many on there. I want to make sure I get it good and tightish. And then the ultimate question is it a loosey or is it a tighty? If I can do it without getting it close, that's almost too loose sometimes. So let's see here. Come in and see if I can get it in close. Yeah, looks like it's going to be a little snuggy. Come on. There it goes. It's not really all that. I guess it was just a matter of getting the ring right. Next ones might go together quicker and easier. These square rings are always kind of a booger to work with in a way, but they're kind of nice in other ways. Yeah, I didn't open that up far enough. Don't want to open them too far if not needed. So yeah, I'll pull those little ones up close just so I can see them a little bit better. They're so tiny, you gotta make, I just like to make sure. I can get them, probably take a little bit longer, but I could probably do it without getting close, but give me a ring. Might as well, if I can. Yeah, this one's a little looser than I was expecting, but again, I don't know if it's in the realm of needing two doubled up rings there to hold the toes on. Because there's, yeah, it's probably better not to. It's right on the verge, though, again. They have a little bit more of a gap in there that I like to put in that second one just to kind of tighten it up a little bit. But also, don't forget to, if you got a Twitch account or YouTube account, go over there and find the Booga box and give it a like and a share over there too. Get us out there a little more. We stream, in case you're new, we stream on Monday, Wednesday, Thursdays. Every week. Sometimes a little more if there's other things going on. It's been a while since I've done more, but we're starting to get into the summer months. So sometimes I have a little more time at times. At late, when it gets dark out and can't do anything outside. Let's see, up here. I didn't open none of these wide enough. Pre-opened them, but still have to open them more. That's when you feel like a dummy. So like I said, we're gonna put together a rainbow bracelet, at least finish it up for the stream, and then play around with some other things. Like I said, I've got some different ideas and thoughts. I can kind of close this one up. I guess we've only got that one last ring here to put through, so which way? This way. Oh, come on. Alright, all you guys, let's go grab you two. You want to be friends and join the crew here. There we go. A little bit of finagling. But tighter the better, I think, in a way. So there's a gold one. But yeah, I was sitting here and I was kind of playing around with them. I was like, you know, how do I want to attach them? Like I did the one where we went and, you know, tilted where it was connecting to every inside-outside toe, like we did on the larger one. Or do we go straight like I did the bracelet? And then I was like, well, you know what? I could come through and we could make like a little four-way thing here and connect these up that way, and then off of these two do another 4 bundle. And I mean, you could go up to 5 if you offset their colors. You know, go every other one is a different color. Could go up to there. Kind of wondering if I would want to use a center ring on both sides and kind of like do a helm closure to it there. But there's the 4 or 5 that way. I was trying to figure out how I could kind of make them do this, where it looked like, you know, they're stepping along. And I'm like, well, I'd have to do a chain this way with connectors over to there. And I was like, well, they need some little Byzantines in between. I just don't know if I can do this one yet. I mean, I even thought about doing something like a spine. You know, like do a small JPL or something where I can just come in and hook in a little bit of a ring where, you know, it'll just hang off at each inside toe that would be closest to it, so that would still be, but then they could dangle around. But that still might be cool. I don't know. I'm still debating on that. I do have some stainless steel chain that I could use as a spine. It's already pre-welded oval chain that I use for my build-a bracelets that I could use and run down. I can just connect to it too. But I had many other little ideas and thoughts like how I could use these in different things. And then my other question is, for an earring, do I want to dangle them? You know, it's hard to see. Do I want to, if this was the top, let's see here, and this was the earring hook itself, you know, do I hang it like that so the paw print's pointing down? It'd be harder to notice, I think, in a way that it's that it's a paw print. Should I go from the center paw to connect to it? Hopefully I'm in camera angle here. Or do I want to go like I was doing the other bracelet where they're just offset? You just hang it from one of the toes. So I'm kind of debating that too. So many things to choose from. That's why I went ahead and left all these out, because I'm probably going to be doing some double colors and actually thinking about mixing it up and doing some double-sided ones, where on one side they're all the same color, but you flip it over, the main ring's the same color, but then the toes are different color. And then I'm probably going to do like a frost and a pink, and changing both the other way. And too many color combinations to play with on this one. I don't know what to do. It's like, what's next? What's next? Where are we at here? Okay, so we got a little bit here. These don't take very long to do as units. I still, like I said, I want to do one of each color, and then I'm going to do up a double silver, then we can do the bracelet real quick and finish it kind of up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 4, 6, yeah. Hmm, 3, 2, 4, 6, 8. I hate those little ones too. They get all double stucked up, and sometimes you'll pull out a whole wad of, like, you know, 50, 100 of them. Sometimes it seems like they're all stuck together, and you give it a shake and they break into multiple little ones. It's insane how they multiply. Hopefully I'm not missing any comments or anything tonight, guys, since I'm having some minor issues. Still running about 8% red, which isn't super bad, but it could be better. Oh, just have that way too long. My foot got twisted. Twisted foot. So I'd like to almost, I love my bench here, but sometimes for longer sessions of chainmailing, it'd be nicer to have a desk I could fit under better. The only thing I'd like to do. Be good. I kind of wanted to have that for a stream. It'd be easier to have that instead of my main work area here, but I was starting to think about something the other day, because I was like, man, my Thursday night, let me make sure I open these a little bit bigger this time. My Thursday night large project inlay is taking forever, and it's like I don't get a whole lot of time to work on it outside of stream. There are times where I could, and then I realized one reason why, and I think it's kind of the bigger reason why. It's because when I'm doing it, since I'm trying to do a time lapse of it, I gotta always make sure the camera's ready, it's up. I got the software on the computer, I gotta make sure it's up and running to do the recording and all that. And it's like there's such a process to it that it's harder to just make sure that I have all that going. By the time I get that going and stuff, then I have less time to work on it. And so I'm kind of thinking on my next one. On my next inlay, I'm going to try, or I'm just going to do it without doing a time lapse of it. I like doing the time lapse. It is cool. I enjoy kind of doing that, but I think overall, if I was to go without having it to do that, it just sit here, because I noticed that this week with the stuff I have out across my desk, my bench here, I was working on stuff a little more often because it was there ready to go, and I didn't have to worry about setting up a camera. Because sometimes I might only get 10 minutes sometimes to do anything, because I'm doing some other laundry or I'm doing other household things, But sometimes it's good just to walk by, and I can just work on a little bit of something real quick. Let's see here. Alright, this one should be fairly easy-ish. Yeah, I want to do the dark rose. I like the dark rose as my pink more than the pink here. This pink is kind of like a light pink. Originally was their pink. It still is their pink, I guess, but I'd like more of a hot pink. I'd like to get a few hot pink things I think would be cool. I like just to have the variety of colors. And that's why I do a lot of rainbow stuff, just because it gets to show off some of the colors. And that's like in my rainbow, I'm kind of wondering. I don't know if anybody's here or not. I'm kind of wondering if I should start substituting in my rainbows the violet, the electric violet here over the standard purple. I know the camera doesn't pick up purple and blue difference. There is a pretty good difference there, but I almost wonder if the violet purple would be better, but it's almost brighter and you want it to be darker than the blue. So it's kind of one of those things I'm kind of debating on, because I thought it was going to be a test color at first, but it seems to be a standard going back on their violet now. I think a lot of people like the violet, so electric violet. And I've got it in almost every ring size that I have all of my other colors in right now, so. So I think these take probably about 7 to 10 minutes, I think. A little quicker, like I said, when I'm not doing a video. I actually made all these today at different times when I was just standing up and walking by. I was like, just pull them out, do it real quick, do up a paw, and head on my way, do whatever else I need to do, and then come back to it later. Those little ones. Let's see. Today was Wednesday. Actually, very nice Wednesday. It was like 73, 74, sunny, light breeze. Very nice today. Though I got nothing done outside. Though I did take Marvel, the one that's not allowed to go outside anymore. We went out on the deck for a little bit. She went rolling around doing her thing. We were only out there about 10 minutes though, and then she was getting antsy and wanted off the deck and was trying to jump up on the railing to go down the steps. And sometimes she'll get a little daring if she gets too antsy. I didn't want her jumping off the deck because it's, you know, basically a story up. Ring. It goes off, you know, front side of the house is level with the upper floor, and then it goes down a hill, so the back side's open, and it's standard, it's walkout basement, so there's the distance there. And she did do it once when she was younger. So, but we're talking at the time, I think she was about 4 years old, not 14, 15 years old, whatever she is now. But I could see her trying. She's gotten more daring since she did get to go outside for so long. She got outside for about 2 years, kind of getting to have her own little thing, and that has ended, and she's not happy about that part. She loves being in the bedroom with me at night, though, boy. She just likes to curl up with me. She can be a little annoying, though, at times, boy, in the morning when she's up, and she's like, she's ready for you to be up. She'll just start walking across my head, doing circles around the bed. Get on there. She's like, I'm ready to get up and out. So I try to get up and get her some outside the room time. Alright, so that's all the current colors that I have with the ring sizes that I need. I only got 3 other colors that I couldn't do. But I'll get those ring sizes and get those ordered up on my next order. Alright. We'll go ahead and do up another silver one so we can go ahead and do the bracelet up. One, 2, 3, 4. Come on, just need a single. Then, like I said, I'm going to mix up a few with some colors, do some earrings. I'll probably work on a little bit more tonight, finish those up tonight, so I can get this up and out of the way. So tomorrow, I can hopefully get in at least an hour, if not more, in on the inlay before the stream tomorrow night. 2, 4, 6, 8. Again, that's the plan. Who knows if the plan will work? You never know. Like I said, I kind of like to pre-open and close these, just easier to keep in hand a bigger piece when it's such a small piece like this. So much harder to keep in your hand and grab other rings to open and close while you're trying to weave it through. And so, not all the time do I do it, though. It just kind of depends. I've kind of gotten used to doing it both ways anymore. It just depends on the project you're currently working on. And again, I hope everybody's having a good night. And if I'm not seeing any comments, I apologize. With the way things are kind of working, I haven't seen any comments tonight, but that's all good. I know I've seen a few people pop in and out here and there, but oh, hey Barb. As soon as I talked about it, I didn't even see anybody pop in here yet. I was looking over at the other side. Paws are looking good. Yeah, these are the smaller ones. Here's the version from last week. So they're definitely a little bit smaller, but a little more sturdy. These are going to make good earrings, I think. Still going to try them a few different ways, and got some different ideas I'm going to do with them. And then, and then the bigger necklace version. It's on the little screen there. I guess I could have flipped it over, but got that one done with the bigger version paws. And we're just going to work up these like we're going to, as soon as I finish this one up, we're going to go ahead and make a rainbowed version bracelet. And then I was talking just a little bit ago about maybe trying up a different type of pattern and maybe putting 4 of them together and figure out, you know, maybe some type of little Persian type connector, or maybe a helm connector, maybe a single connector, and then and then come off of those and do another little 4-pack of paws. I could even do 3 in a way. I thought about doing a 3. There's a few ideas I have there. I could even go up to possibly 5 of them. I was kind of looking at that going, I could see me put a larger ring in the center, both sides, do like a helm connection on it. Could work as little paw petals. So that's why I'm kind of working on a lot of them right now, just so I got things I can play with. I figure, you know, the more the merrier. Or and even doing a tag for earrings, and you have your connector for your earring part, but then you can come off of it with maybe 2 small 1/8" rings or something to connect it and let it dangle over the tag. So it just kind of sway along with the tag as it is too. Something I'm playing with, just thoughts I'm having. I've got the square tags, the guitar pick tags, which could work good too. Put them off the center one, and let them dangle off of it the same way, 1 or 2 connected, and let it be in there in the middle. Like I said, I got a lot of thoughts in my head. I keep coming across and thinking of different things, of ways of connecting them up, and doing all that. Sounds good. The more you have, the more ideas you get. Yeah. Well, that's what it kind of dawned on me, making look like a little 4-pack or a 5-pack earlier when I started doing a few of these up, and they were sitting there before that, just kind of tossed up there, and they kind of tossed in a circle almost at one point, and I was like, hey, I wonder if I could connect those up some way and have little paw petals, and then connect paw petal to paw petal. Pre-closed one. I couldn't find the closure. Alright. But yeah, there's a lot of different ideas and thoughts I had on this, so I kind of got them out, and you can see on one of the screens there that I have like my fortress of ringitude here. Oh. Getting off of that a little bit. Come here. I ended up just going ahead and pulling them out because I didn't know what colors and which ones I'd want to do. So I was like, well, I'll just get them all out and I'll just make up several of all of them. Like I said, do some earrings, do some bracelets, and then I'm going to, well, I don't know if you were here or not. I was talking about doing different colored paws. I'm thinking at first mixing up like a white and pink. Have a white center with the pink toes, and then I've thought about double-siding it, where I could do a whole side where it looks all pink on one side, flip it over, and it's got white toes, so you could wear it either way. I think that would look kind of cool, but just some of the other thoughts. There's like just so many things you could do. I don't know if I'll do another necklace out of the smaller ones. I've got a few ideas. A bit smaller of a necklace. I think it'd make a good choker too. It's just I don't have anybody I know that I could try chokers on. Wife's not into chokers, so I can never really make any for her to try and test. make them reversible. That's cool, and the multicolored would work. Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking too. I was like, you know, I can mix it up and have more real colors where you got black and pinks, and use the black, maybe some bronze, the pink and the frost, maybe in silver instead of frost. Kind of depends. And I figured it'd look kind of cool. You can make a double-sided one where it's all same color on one side, and then flip it over, and the paws are all different colors. Your main ring would be one since it's a single ring, but alright, come on. You want to give me issues, don't you? This one was a little snugger than the others, but shouldn't be this much of a problem. There it goes. Finally. That's what the old age brings. Get up close so you can see what you're doing. And we're still running about 7%, so hopefully the video is not too bad for you, Barb. The Bard. She might have left. I noticed one thing when it was a couple weeks ago when I had to do the live stream from my phone. One thing I did like about doing it on the phone, it kind of showed you more of who was viewing. And your viewers than what I get from all my system and their website page. It's kind of weird. The phone gave me more information than the computer side of it did. And I was like, that's kind of a bummer. I kind of liked what the phone was giving me, in a way. It was hard to reply to it if you needed to push on the phone because it jiggled everything around, but I did like it. That aspect of it. Not being able to go to all the different places kind of blew, but finish this one up. Now I gotta decide on how I want to connect them up. This first, I think I'm gonna go odd toe like I did on the other bracelet, but now I've got to decide on how I want to, what rings do I want to use to connect them to each other. I want to kind of use these 1/8 inch, but I'm just afraid they'll be too light. I mean, these aren't too bad. They're fairly sturdy, but I don't want to use the square because it's going to be the same size as the toe itself already. So, kind of, that's my next thing I got to decide on. I guess I never did really try to do that with any of these yet, so I guess I could try it a couple different ways. Do I? Yeah, they're way over there. I've got 2 other test paws that I had in different sizes from when I was testing them out. Oh, come on. You should not be this tight. I've done a silver one already. And maybe if I open it up a little bit more. So I get that little extra twist in there. Oh, come on. So I was saying, some of these are kind of tightish. There it is. There's the next group. Sometimes that first one is the hardest one to do, and then the next ones are easier. But I think it's because of the way the first ring kind of... still... There it goes. Come back a little bit. Yeah, I don't remember the other silver one being quite this big of a booger. Oh, there it goes. But it is pretty snug. Sorry I had to kind of go out of camera for that. I got to really look at it and see that tight hole. Like I said, they really don't want to flip down over themselves, so you got to get it in there just right to kind of lock them in place. So Alright, so the next thing is how... I know I'm going to go that way. So... I'd be using 6 of these or 3 of the others. Let me do one of these first and kind of give it a little bit of a... I like to kind of give them a little bit of a tugging and see how it will work. Gotta go. Might see you later at Sean's. Take care. Good to see you, Barb. Thank you for dropping by. Yeah, hopefully I'll see you over at Sean's later tonight. I know I got some things to do after the stream, but I'm hoping to make it over there at some point myself. So, you have a good night. So, we're gonna double it up. Do a 2-2-2. That might help it strain a little bit, but cat hair. How did I get a cat hair up here? I'm always good about that. I don't pet on you before I go to working. Where are we at anyway? 45? So yeah, we'll easily get this bracelet put together. A little longer time than the other one, but given that it's smaller, it's going to take a little more. Because I think we only had 5. Yeah, 5 in that one. We're going to have 6, 7, 8 in this one. And then I'm not even sure. I didn't do any measurements really to... I mean, I kind of measured one of them and kind of did my own after calculation. Alright, so we're going to go on to a paw, and these don't matter. First paws we made, they were kind of had to go one way in a way, and that's what I liked about doing this newer version here. There's less, I don't have to worry about them all being on one side to match up. So, and even on the necklace, I changed it up a little bit on the necklace to compensate for that too. And they're a little more sturdier using the square rings. Now, I'm still testing. Like I said, I'm going to try another test with some different sized rings and see if I can make them a little stiffer. So, alright, so there's the one. Let's see here. Put it up close. Actually, that's not too bad. I'm not tugging super hard, but I'm giving it some pretty good pull. I'm seeing very little deflection in it, so that might work. It doesn't look too bad either. I think it makes it. It's not. I think if I would have used these the 5/32 square, I think it would be too overbearing. They work for the bigger paws. Well, and I use 3/16 for those anyway, but. Alright, so, okay, we're going to go next to yellow. Come here, ring. This one a little bit more opening, I guess. So, we'll just finish putting this one all together. And hopefully, it'll look good afterwards. I kind of... You know, I think some people like the bigger ones better. Some people might like the smaller ones. And one of the other things, when I was kind of showing these things together, I was thinking about making, instead of a choker, make more of a shorter necklace, but make it a bigger V of paws coming up, and then go into the single chain to go around. And then you could make the paws in different colors. And make the V's in that shape, so you kind of get a chevron look to them with, you know, one on the outside. And you could do it in rainbow too. Might not look too bad in a rainbow version. I don't know how many I'd want to go up though in my V. I think that's one thing I'd have to test next to see how many would look good in a V formation. I've got to figure out and make sure there's a gap enough so they're not, you know, kind of like I'm doing here. if they get too close together, they can start running together where you're not really seeing the paw print themselves. At least in my head. Alrighty. Next one we go to the other paw. Gotta make sure I get them right. Transitioning in them is always the harder part. I don't know. And the big one, I think I did it twice, where I was connected to the wrong paw. Alright. You're going down, so you're on that side paw, right? Yeah. I think it was more how I was putting the weave through. Oh, come on. I gave you a little more room there. I just need a little more room. There we go. A little bit tighter. Not tighter, I guess. Just harder to get all 4 rings there. There's a gap. I mean, obviously you see it moving around, but get a good closure on it too. I think that'll be a good important part to make sure it holds together. And I think it'll hold together fairly well, to be honest with you. Alright, so red. I already have them in order, don't I? I didn't even realize that. So, on to Mr. Green here. Hopefully my hat wasn't getting in too much of the view there. Again. These smaller rings, though, like I said. It's when there's sometimes when I'm working on the smaller rings here, I actually just take my glasses off, because I'm actually looking under my glasses now. So my wife says, "Get bifocals." She had them and complained about them all the time. So I'm like, I don't know if I can get used to that. If I need to take them off when I'm working on something smaller, that's what I do. Probably just need to go have my eyes checked anyway. They probably need a different prescription as is. Alright, we got some ready now. It's alright when they're going around one single ring, it seems. It's when I have to go around multiple rings and things are tighter and I have to hold onto the pliers a little bit differently. Because I should probably go down to my zirons for doing these smaller rings, but I can get enough of it with these, so I stick with them. It'd be harder with the 745s. They're a little bit wider tipped, and that's what I used to use for years, and they work good for even the bigger rings. And now, but I do like these smaller tipped ones. Missed it. Come on, get on through. That's I thought. It wasn't feeling good from the start. Probably had a cut through. I've had that happen on several of these silvers here lately. Where you can see if you look at it, some of them close enough, you'll see where it is. Not all of them, which is thankfully. But I've seen the nick on the back side of it. Definitely don't want those really on any ring. But especially smaller rings, a littler nick on a small one, bigger of a issue than the other. Okay, so you're going there, so we need to be on this paw. And back to being careful. That's the other reason I'm looking close to. I want it to be a good closure, but I also don't want to scratch up any of the rings because I'm working in such a little more of a tighter confinement there. red, now to the blue. Well, I guess I still got the silver one to start with. I should have started with the silver, duh. I made the extra silver because I knew I was going to need it. So where are we at? 55 minutes. So we're going to go a little over an hour, which is fine. While I'm thinking about it, let's go ahead and get on to the silver one, and then grab out this ball. Then I'm going to have to get out a clasp. And do I want to use one of the rainbowy clasps? Maybe. Yeah, probably. Because only, well, a little bit of silver there at the end. I don't know. Maybe double that one. I guess I'll have to think about that too now. Should have thought about it earlier. There you go. Flip it back over. Flip-a-roo. Stupid drawer. I need to make some wedges to go underneath my bench here, because it's in a basement, so everything is a little unlevel to go to the drain of the house. And I've got it on an outside wall, so it's at the highest point on the backside, and it starts, you know, going down. So it's not bad. I mean, it's not. I don't have a marble out here I can show you. If I put a marble here, it would slowly start rolling, and it'd pick up speed if you gave it more time, but slightly unlevel to the front. And so I need to make some shims to go under it to level it out. It hadn't been too much of an issue for anything that I've really worked on. Like I said, even when I put round things up here, it takes a little bit to go, and in the right environment, the perfect environment, you know, then it is when you see it more when you're testing it than if I just put it up here or whatever. But this drawer, it just likes to pop out on me. Alright, so onto a silver. Yeah, maybe I should just go with regular stainless. For a clasp, now that I'm looking at it with the silver here, it might look a little weird to have a different middle, because you'll have this connected to the other silver on the other side, so you have a little gap of silver in there. Excuse me. Alright, so there's that. Coming down onto the blue next. Off the bottom there. Need a few more rings. Where are we at here? 58, so. Taking a little bit to get these little rings through here. I guess on the other one we singled them up with the bigger rings, so it was quicker than what it's taking now with doubling up and then using smaller rings. But I think it looks better. I could have done it quicker, but I think I would have regretted it. And more than likely ended up pulling it all out and changing it up. I do that very, very often. Just to see, because sometimes I don't like it. And I've done it even on things that I've liked. I'll just try it a different way the next time, you know, just to try something a little different, see if it'll work. Sometimes it looks worse, sometimes it might be the thing to go with, who knows. That's what's fun about chainmail. He might be. I could have swore I just heard him snoring over there. There's a quick break in the music. He can snore though. He's got that messed up nose, and so he's a snoring cat boy. But since we're starting to come into closing up here, I do want to say I want to thank everybody again that stops by and watches us either live or if you watch us later. You can still comment there. I normally see them and I'll try to reply to them if it's, especially if there's a question involved in it. But I do want to thank everybody. Like I said, you can find us on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. I do have a Twitter. I just don't use Twitter enough to... Alright, make sure I get the right side here. This one. I tried to use it, and then I keep forgetting to go there. I've just never been a twitchy person. So I do have that, but you can find us on the YouTube, the Facebook, and the Twitch and Twitter, but I'm hoping I can kind of get it going a little bit more. I'd like to. A lot of people use Twitter, but it's just one of those weird things to me still. Alright, you guys need to move up out of the way here so we can show off more. Move up out of the way, Mr. Paws. It's like a bucket of paws. Okay. Oh, I should have pulled the purple out, though. I need the purple and silver still. Durr. So we're right at our hour, so... We only got 2 more to go, though. So I don't imagine it's taking more than 15 minutes. Okay. But like I said, we have those places we stream to. And, yeah, I'm not liking that room. It held up, but it seemed too easy. But Mondays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, I stream to all our places here at 7:30 p.m. Central Time. There's the occasional outside of those time streams, but as of late they haven't been used like we used to. But if I have a bigger thing and it's custom order thing that somebody's wanting and they want to stream it, and that's when I really got to work on it. So, you know, sometimes I have more streams during those type things. It's kind of how we started out the stream. And also, if you weren't here earlier, don't forget to check us out on this Sunday, the 20th. We're going to do a live stream giveaway of some things, hopefully if enough people show up. It'll be our 1-year anniversary of streaming. Where are you at? There you are. So we were going to do a special giveaway on Sunday. It's going to be, I need to make a post about it, and then you guys could share that out there too, get more people. It's going to be around 2 o'clock. That's what I'm planning on, is 2 o'clock, and that's what I'm going to advertise it as. Hope everything works out. It'll be an odd time for me to do a stream on a Sunday, or any day for that matter, but that's what we're going to aim for. Need to count up the episodes again. I think we're going to be, I think it's 160 will be that Sunday. Our 160th episode. Never really counted them back before, so. Alright. Let's see this paw. And now I gotta get up close. Get these rings. Oh, come on. Fall back down in there. I just need a little bit more room. So yeah, don't forget to check us out Sunday. And if there's anything you ever see, don't forget, you know, I don't have everything on the website, but if you've seen a picture of anything anywhere, you can't find it on the website, and you're wanting something, just drop me a line. I need to really get in and spend some time on the website. I'm debating on changing platforms, which is going to be a headache, but in the long run I think it might be a better thing. kind of playing around and doing some testing of some of these others, and there's some features I do like, some that I don't, so we're gonna be looking into that, let's just say. I want to kind of, I need to do something over there, because I think the biggest problem right now of getting it, there's so much stuff it's nice to have. If you had somebody that was dedicated that could do and input all this information you need to put in whenever you put in a product, you know, places like Etsy and stuff, they have it set up nice and easy. But when you're doing your own, and they want you to, you know, these platforms want you to have all the options that you could ever need, which is nice, but for what I need, there's just so much stuff. So, I do need to get in and do some of that testing. Again, it's just a matter of plugging it into the time that I currently have anyway. With all the band stuff and everything getting ready to come up, and I've got to really start kicking on it. I keep forgetting that without having the Snake Saturday Parade the last 3 years, it has really thrown off my timing for when I start and get stuff going. That was always the last parade, so that was everything I needed to finish up the marching DVD side. And all right, I need to figure out, make sure I get it on the right pole. We're on this pole. Yeah. So yeah, I've got that. I've got to get started. I've got some done. It's just, yeah, I've got to get into it. I ended up putting it off, 1 week. It's like, oh, it's only a week. Put it off that week, and then you get to the next week, and you're like, oh, okay, yeah, I know, okay, I can still, yeah. And then the next thing you know, it's like, what just happened to March? Mid-April, what's going on? Alright, so, that was our last, where are we at? Oh, my ring castle's in the way of my measure. Alright, so this is going to take us up to 7 and just over a half. I'm going to add a little bit for class, but not that much. Let's see here, go with a medium size probably. And these clasps are about 1/4 inch, but I don't think my square will fit through these medium size lobsters, if I remember correctly. Some colors I think would, but it was super tight. No, that one's actually not too bad. It's got some dangle to it. Let me see here. If I was to need you to go that way, I would need... I'd rather them be a little thicker there, because that's where you're going to get more... Well, when you're putting it on and off, I guess. So... Alright, if I do 3 on the other side, it might bring it up a little. Oh, let me get back up in my the viewing area. I have mistaken the viewing area for, let me go to the closest drawer. And I don't think it looked too bad going with the bigger rings at the very end here either, because it's all silver anyway. So, go like that. And that makes our latch sideways. I've come to find out that it's a good way of setting your latches. If your clasp, if you're using like a lobster for a bracelet, make sure it kind of sets naturally sideways and where it connects to a sideways one. Then you don't have to worry about it twisting as much anyway. At least, when I've chatted with the wife about that, because I I always wondered, it's kind of the same thing when I do earrings. Do I want them, I could pair them up side by side where they match, but do I want to flip one if it's got an odd design to it or whatever, so they're facing the same direction? Like if I do the ocean waves, where it's Japanese, it's basically like this, Japanese weave, kind of round, then it goes around the other side. When I do those for earrings, do I want them, because if I'm making the same way and they go on one side's going to go this way, the other one's going to go the opposite way. So then if I flip it around on there, they both start on this and go that way. So kind of the same thinking when it comes to the bracelets, about how exactly I want to kind of do that type of thing. Let's see if I go to that side, or do I want to go off center on this one? Probably off center. I think it will just make it easier. But yeah, sometimes I chatted with the wife, and I do a lot of reading online too, and find what people like in jewelry and all that. So I try to apply it as much as I can to projects. Because sometimes, when I first started doing it, when I was just kind of doing it for years, is making other stuff, never thought about clasps, really. I just threw on a clasp. Oh, dogs are going nuts. So the door is open. Hopefully I'm not having a raccoon or something out there. Alright, so now it is... Oh, come on. Get out there. Almost 9. I don't have my... Nope, I sure don't. Oh. I'm just getting it put together here, and then we'll... Oh, I got a twist there. How do I do that? Drawer, go away. I twisted it all up somehow. Alright, let me lay it back out again here. Make sure I don't flip pans. It should be right. Alright.